The lake remembers. We used to come here every summer. The old cabin by the lake. My mother, my father, and me. That was before everything broke. Before the accident. Before the silence. I hadn't been back in years. Not since 1985. But in the summer of 1991, after the funeral, something in me needed to return. I told people I wanted solitude, fresh air, healing. But if I'm being honest, I think I came back looking for something. Or someone. The lake was exactly as I remembered it. Still, dark, almost too perfect, like glass waiting to shatter. The cabin hadn't changed much either. The wood was warped from years of rain, the windows cloudy with dust, and the porch creaked like it remembered my footsteps. I unlocked the door, walked inside, and the air hit me, cold, like no one had breathed here in decades. I set my bags down and lit the fireplace. The shadows danced around the room, and I told myself it was just a house, just a lake, just memories. I was wrong. The first night was dreamless. The second, I heard water dripping, but it wasn't raining. I walked out to the porch around 2 a.m., flashlight in hand, and scanned the woods. Stillness. Then a splash. Software measured. Something had entered the lake, or come out of it. When I turned back toward the cabin, there were footprints on the porch, wet ones, not mine. In the morning, I found the old photo albums. One in particular caught my eye. A picture of me at 9 years old, standing by the lake with my cousin Sarah. I hadn't thought about her in years. She drowned that summer. Disappeared while we were swimming. No one found her body. They told me I imagined the scream. That she slipped, that the current pulled her under. But I remember what I saw. Something pulled her. On the third night, I woke to a sound like breathing. Not mine. I sat up, listened. The bedroom window faced the lake. In the moonlight, I saw it. Something standing just at the edge of the water. Too tall. Too thin. Still. I blinked, and it was gone. But the next morning, there were handprints on the glass. Small. Wet. As if from the inside I stopped sleeping. Started walking the perimeter of the lake during the day. I found strange things. Twisted stick figures hanging from trees. Small piles of stones arranged in circles. And once, a child's shoe, half buried in the mud. It was the same kind Sarah wore. I wanted to call someone. To leave. But I couldn't. The lake didn't want me to. One afternoon, I fell asleep on the porch. When I woke, the sun had set, and there was a girl standing at the edge of the dock. She looked like Sarah. Same hair, same dress, but she turned her head in that slow, unnatural way. And when she looked at me, her eyes were solid black. Then she stepped backward into the water and vanished beneath the surface. I found her diary under the floorboards the next day. Sarah's handwriting, childish but frantic near the end. It comes when no one's looking. It talks to me from the lake. It says I have to stay. If I leave, someone else has to take my place. I think it picked her. The last entry was dated July 12th, 1985, the day before she drowned. I tried to burn the diary. It wouldn't catch. No matter how much lighter fluid I poured, the pages stayed damp, almost breathing. That night, the lake rose. I don't know how else to describe it. It wasn't rain. The water just swelled, inching closer to the cabin. By morning, the dock was submerged, and the footprints returned. This time, leading from the water to my bed. I started dreaming again. In the dreams, I was under the water, but I could breathe. Sarah was there, her skin pale and hair drifting like seaweed. She smiled. "You're next," she whispered, and something cold curled around my ankle. I packed my things, threw everything in the trunk. But when I turned the key, the engine sputtered and died. I tried again. Nothing. And then I saw it in the mirror. A figure standing behind the car, long black hair covering its face. One arm raised in a slow, dripping wave. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. That night, I sat by the fireplace and waited. I didn't sleep, didn't blink. At 3:03 a.m., the cabin door creaked open, but no one stepped inside. Just the sound of water dripping onto the floorboards. I followed the trail back to the lake, and there she was, Sarah, waiting, smiling. She didn't speak, but something moved in the water behind her. A shape, large, shifting, watching. And then I understood. She wasn't alone. I should have drowned that day in 1985. It chose her instead. And now it wants to fix the mistake. I hear it in the walls, in the trees, in my own reflection. The lake remembers, and it doesn't forget its debt.